So here we are, Rogue Beast Warrior Systems coming at you. We have walked, we're going on our 1,300th mile indoors, getting it done. We're baking our delicious beef at the moment. We got our famous custard, and we are keeping it moving. And that's the main thing. Is a couple key points here real quick is you've got to create a surplus before you'll even want to start working out, doing resistance training. Like, that's extra. Where does the extra go? And that's when you feel that prompt, when you feel like, I could get off the couch and do this. Now, the biggest sacrifice is, are you sacrificing your conditioning training? What's more important? Your conditioning training is always more important. So if that's all you have energy for, then you focus on that. But in the meantime, you're trying to balance out your calories. Calories in, calories out. So what does that mean? It means you got to eat. You've got to take your REE in, 0.45 times your body weight in pounds times 24 hours. Figure out how many calories you're actually burning. And then you need to create a 300 to 500 calorie surplus there. That's going to do a couple of things effectively. It's going to boost your metabolism, right? It's going to give you that vitality and energy that you begin to see when you get, more hair growth. You see your skin start to repair faster, your nails. And that's an indicator right there that you're not getting enough calories in, right? So a lot of people will start to pop vitamins, but they don't realize it's the calories, man. You're eating enough nutrients. But on top of that, always cover yourself. I find this brand to be amazing. I can actually feel the difference, which is a big difference from a lot of the supplements. We'll just say that, we won't name names. But EVL, solid nutrition. And so always prioritize your conditioning first. And then the cherry on top is when you start to feel this wellspring of energy and you say, I could do this a few times a week. I could do some pull-ups, some push-ups. And creatine is going to help you with that immeasurably. Be patient with yourself. I would say just start on a couple grams, a couple thousand milligrams of creatine per day. Obviously, there's kind of a loading phase. So your first week, you may want to do a little bit more than that. And then red meat and things like this will keep those carnitine levels high. Taking in the whey protein along with your vitamins, your B6, your vitamin C, very important to create this synergist or catalyst in order to unlock taurine, leucine, and those igniters, those amino acids that are going to keep you anabolic and make you anabolic. So it's kind of a past notion to focus on branched chain amino acids and things like this. I would begin to rely on whey protein wholly, and then when you see a dip in a certain area, that's where you can get into more what's called orthomolecular nutrition or orthomolecular sciences, where you'll bolster one amino acid over the other. And you've got to remember, amino acids compete with one another. So we're going to get back to our walk. We got our beef coming out. We've got the custard. Stay on it. And the last thing is, collagen protein. You've got your corticosteroid. You got your anabolic, steroid production. We're talking about steroidogenesis. So this really is prompted by your exercise. It's not talked about enough when I see, and I very much appreciate Tom DeLure's channel. Rhonda Patrick, awesome information. Definitely, I'm not on that level, but what I do notice is that when they're talking about metabolic shifts and changes, what I refer to as gear shifting, they're not including always the cost, right? And the surplus that's based around performing certain exercises, right? Where you can have exercises that are more economical to your overall calorie expenditure. You can have exercises like what I call this continuous all day gradual intensity training, walking, the back door to fitness. As you know, I've said it before, all of the progress that we've made here, I haven't sweated once. So even in my workouts, now I'm sure if I lived in a hotter climate and zone, I would be sweating quite a bit. So I feel you, people in Georgia, you get the good vibes going, right? Hot Atlanta, East Coast, Florida, lots of California here, but in the Monterey Bay Peninsula, it doesn't get too hot. Not even during this whole global warming thing, right? So that is another little trick, is that, and that's something that Tom DeLure had come out with recently. So today is the 11th of March, 2024. So I guess it was yesterday, the 10th of March. And he had come out with some, I think it was actually 2 days ago, it was the 9th. So look for that on his channel. But he was talking specifically about being cold, the effects of temperature on these receptors, right? And the production of brown fat. So your body will begin to produce brown fat when it has to, when you're exercising, when you're metabolically in that state where it is required to, and you're going through the little bit of shivering, but you're not getting to this place where your body's in a total reactive state. So he was talking about the benefits of cold plunges and the fact that he loves them, and they're so efficacious and effective on so many levels, so many scales. But when it comes to brown fat, that's not the go-to, and the science showed it. So I would definitely try to stay in a cooler climate, keep that AC going, wherever possible. But to me, and a lot of the research has doubted this, keeping ice water around is a great way to do this, to prompt your body into thermoregulation. And I'm not saying that it will produce brown fat. But what I will say is what's left out is the training aspect, right? So there's not a huge amount of studies done, metabolically speaking, these gear shifts that we go through, as far as all of the anti-aging benefits that come from continuous training, all day training, lower level training with these spikes where we do our resistance training, but we have the focus of continuous training all day. So you could work an 8-9 hour a day job, go into a low level activity like this. You'll think, where the hell am I going to get the energy from? After you do it for a few weeks, you're going to find that I'm not saying this scientifically or medically, but I'm saying this more psychologically and through your endocrine system, that you will feel like you have energy on less sleep. Like where you just feel like, man, something's got to give. I keep getting run over by the tax man, by the ex-wife, by the kids, by the demanding job. Like where's the silver lining? It's like you have to create the silver lining. You have to make it happen. And the only way you can really make it happen is through exercise. So whatever you're dealing with right now, if your exercise, and this is not advice, so don't take it as that, but it's advice for me and to me, so you can listen in. And that is, if my exercise costs me an opportunity or a job or even a relationship, then maybe that relationship, that job, that opportunity wasn't such a great opportunity after all. All right, Rogue Beast Warrior out.